I'm going to do this short video on the blood moons. Starting this Passover, next Passover, this Feast of Tabernacles, and next Feast of Tabernacles, in 2014, 2015, there's going to be a blood moon. Now, what is a blood moon? A blood moon is when the earth is between the sun and the moon, and these will be visible over Jerusalem. A blood moon can occur anytime the sun's between the earth and the moon during a full moon, and they have to be at special positions, and it causes the longer red waves from red light being a longer wavelength than regular light. It barely curves around the earth, and it causes the moon to appear red, hence the term blood moon. Well, there's going to be four of them. They call them, when there are four of them grouped together like this, they're known as a tetrad. So there's going to be two on the holy days of Passover and Feast of Tabernacles, which is also alternately called the Feast of Booths, since that's the celebration of Yeshua's actual birthday. And then there'll also be on the next two of the next year. Also in 2015, there'll be a total solar eclipse visible over Jerusalem in March. So there's a lot of stuff happening like that, and there won't be any tetrads for another 500 years. Well, let's look back in history. What do you think we can expect from these tetrads? Let's look back at the last tetrad. 67, 68, there was four of them, again on the same days. Passover, Tabernacles, Tabernacles in 67 and 68. That's when the 6-day war and Israel took back Jerusalem. And I believe that was the actual start of the prophetic clock. Some people say it was 49 and 50 at the start of Israel. Well, let's go look at that. There was also a tetrad those 2 years. And that's when Israel was established, and it was immediately attacked by its neighbors. And there was a lot of miraculous winds and strange things happened, but the Israelis beat them back. That was kind of the fulfillment of the Balfour Declaration, and Ezekiel's talking about dry bones live again. But I believe that the actual clock started when Jerusalem was taken. That's God's favorite place on the whole planet. Then there was a tetrad in 1493 to 1494 with the expulsions of Jews from Spain by Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand, the ones that funded Columbus. Well, the year before that, Columbus had discovered America, and rediscovered it. I mean, the Vatican knew through Brendan the Navigator and Leif Erikson and Eric the Red that there was a landmass over here. But this was the reconnection with mainline Europe, and of course, America has become a haven for the Jews. There are more Jews in America than there are in Israel. But let's go back to the Grand Tetrad. The tetrad of 32 to 33 AD. Well, 14 April 32 AD, there was one on Passover, again one on the Feast of Tabernacles, and the following year there was the same thing, one on April and Passover, and one at the Feast of Tabernacles. Well, that's the one where the crucifixion occurred, and can't get any major league than that. So, obviously, as far as I'm concerned, something big is going to happen on one of these four tetrads. I don't think it takes a prophet to figure that Israel might just hit Iran with a nuclear bomb to stop their nuclear bomb. But the only question I have in my mind is, does the tribulation start with these blood moons, or does it start afterwards? Either way, I'm betting the farm we don't have more than about 9 years left. So, it's covered heavily in John Hagee's book, The Four Blood Moons. So I recommend you get that. I don't believe a lot of his rapture theory stuff. There won't be a rapture. You're going to be here through the tribulation. The tribulation will probably be in what's called the time of the locust. And how you'll know it's almost ending, there's going to be two witnesses in Jerusalem, and they will be slain, and then 3 days later they will be resurrected, and then you could probably count maybe 1 or 2 days, and then Yeshua will come back and smash the armies at the Battle of Armageddon. So and who are these two witnesses? I've heard all kinds of weird stuff. It's the Old New Testament. Well, how can you kill books? So, but they're not too far off in their thinking. It's going to be Moses and Elijah. One represents the prophets and one represents the law. Remember, Elijah was taken up in a whirlwind, and God buried Moses. But and once you leave the body, you're present with the Lord. So there's no problem with him pulling anybody out of history between the two witnesses. But I believe it will be the one representing the law, which is Moses, and the one representing the prophets, which was Elijah. Remember, he got taken up to the whirlwind and dropped his mantle for Elisha. So I believe they'll be preaching in the streets of Jerusalem, and then they'll be slain. Satan will be all happy until they're resurrected, and then that'll be basically a day, and then the true Messiah will come, Yeshua. By the way, you asked me, why do I call him Yeshua instead of Jesus? Well, the letter J didn't exist in the English alphabet till the 1500s. His real name is Yeshua, which means Yahweh Savior. God with us. He's that's his name. Anyway, so there you have it. The blood moons are coming up. Keep your eye, get your act together, because here it comes, ready or not. But anyway, it'll be an exciting time, and don't worry about anything. You're on the winning side if you're on his side. That's all. Like I said, check out Hagee's books, The Four Blood Moons. Ignore the rapture stuff, though. But the blood moons are here. Start studying. Time's short. See y'all later. Bye.